For the Fishtails class, I started with building on the propeller, which is a wide circular motion, which is very similar to doing a big rocket ship, which is a lot of fun by itself, by the way. Now, you start off by wrapping it over the wrist, and then as it comes around, you apply pressure a little bit off center, a little bit of a shearing motion to carry it around, and after you get to the top, your hand can't really turn anymore, so you just flip it around. You can use a little toss if you like, and scoop through still on the leading edge, which carries around like so. Practice that both sides and both directions, again always on the leading side. And then we go from the back, again on the leading side, to the front. A little rocket ship motion again. And we do this until we have it clean going up high. And do that 5 times clean. Bring down a little bit, again 5 times clean, and a little bit more. And then finally at the very bottom, it is half of the reverse fishtail. Then we start with going from the front to the back. Again, big rocket ship behind you, and just catch it. Don't bother trying to come back around to the front, and just get that clean. And after that's clean, bring it down a little bit, and a little bit more. And at the bottom, we have the other half of the fishtail. Now, part of this is to get yourself on a clean plane. A lot of people are tempted to, once they get it over here, to try to bring it back immediately. But you end up with a really sloppy plane, and after 2 or 3 iterations, you end up hitting yourself. So just doing this and drilling it helps clean up your planes dramatically. And the same type of motion can be used when working on the forward fishtail. Except you can't really do the big wide motions, which are much easier to learn. And a part of those, by the way, is that part of it is pushing with the blade of the hand on the leading side. So learning to do the fine motions like this is a bit difficult for people, but doing the big wide motions is much easier. It's kind of like when you're doing poi and doing a butterfly with the wide arms, instead of trying to do the little fine motions in the middle and hitting yourself. So again, going in for the forward fishtail, it's hard to do the wide motions because you're having to dip behind yourself pretty much immediately. So, by the way, I love using a different color for the ends of the wick so you can see where things are going. It's hard to not look at the orange side, by the way. So, watch the orange side. As soon as it passes the body, dip behind and stop. This is for the forward fishtail. So, dip behind, stop. And just drill that repeatedly. Because if you can't do this cleanly, you can't do a forward fishtail cleanly. If you wish, you could try to add in a rotor at the end, just to see how your plane's doing and actually build a little control. If it's hard to do behind you, whether it's a flexibility issue, you could try turning with it. And also, when you're facing, it's easy to see if your plane is clean or whether it's off to the side, in which case you're going to hit yourself after 2 or 3 times. So get that clean, then flip back, offset grip, pinky towards, over the end, and to the front cleanly. Do that over and over again, which I need to do a bit more of. And yes, that was brilliant. A little momentum is a little bit easier. And just get that clean. And do it over and over again until you get that piece of it. That's pretty much it for how I work towards getting a fishtail. Like the middle portion of it, after you come down, you kind of dip with it and absorb momentum on the way up. So you have the scooping underneath, again, slightly offset to push in, dropping down to absorb the momentum a little bit, and then pushing up with the opposite side, with the other side of your hand. And it's just a cycle of that with a little scoop to switch which direction you're pushing. And that's pretty much it for fishtails.